hanging around with kitties and cauldrons. Here's your spooky spot on the Funko Paka Paka, Boo Hollow, Nina, and Lucky. Funko and Boo Hollow are excited to bring you Nina and Lucky, the latest vinyl figure to the Paka Paka series. Nina is concocting a new witchy brew with extra eyeballs for flavor, and Lucky can't wait to get a taste. Whatever these two are cooking up smells good. Before we get a closer look at the Funko Boo Hollow, Nina and Lucky, let's go ahead and grab the tape measure just to see how tall they stand. Now, obviously, in this case, Nina is the tallest, so we're going to take it right to the very top of her head. Or I guess in this case, her hats. The figure stands about 3.25 inches in height, or roughly about 10 centimeters tall. And if you ghouls would like to grab one for yourself, I found the Boo Hollow Nina and Lucky over on Entertainment Earth. I'll provide the link down below in the video description. Now you may be asking yourself, wait a minute, isn't this the guy behind the camera that doesn't like Funko? First of all, I can hear you saying all that. I don't normally like Funko Pops, although I did make the exception in this case with the Boo Hollow. There's something really interesting about this line, and one thing I really liked about the line is it reminded me of the old classic decorations, I believe made by the Beasel Company. Many of you growing up in the 80s will probably be very familiar with the Beasel Company. They were the ones that made the famous cat that had the hat, the little top hat and the little monocle, or it usually was a cat with like yellow or orange ears and yellow and orange eyes. You probably already know those decorations I'm talking about. And what I really like, though, about the Paka Paka Boo Hollow is it's very much reminding me of those old classic 80s decorations. That being said, let's go ahead and pick this up right now and get a closer look at this. First of all, we have a very happy-looking cauldron. And very much, when I see this, I'm getting the vibe of the Beasel Company Halloween decorations, specifically with the color use of having primarily a black character like this. And then you've got the bright coloring of the orange and the yellow. Sort of have like a little crescent moon eye effect here with the cauldron. He's clearly smiling, even though he's got all this goo kind of dripping out the front of him. I don't know exactly what they're supposed to be making. It looks as if she's got an eyeball in her hand. I can't tell, though, if the rest of the cauldron is just a big cauldron full of eyeballs. That doesn't sound like that would be a very delicious soup. You can put the eyeballs in there for seasoning, but don't let the whole thing be overrun by eyeballs. It actually kind of looks a little bit like slimy popcorn as well. Either way, though, they're brewing something. I think it looks really, really cool the way they've colored this. I think it would have also been fun if they found a way to add like a smoke effect, maybe using some translucent, kind of smoky, clear plastic and just had a little trail of steam or smell stench coming out from it. I can't imagine it probably would be smelling all that good if they're adding eyeballs, but you never know, they could be adding like cinnamon and nutmeg just to round out the flavors and the smells just a little bit. She at least is following a recipe, although it'd be hard to see exactly what she's adding. It also looks like down below, I don't know exactly, I guess that would be a picture of what that's supposed to look like as a final product. Anytime you follow a recipe book, I don't know how good of a chef you may be, but my things that I make never end up looking like the pictures. They look like the pictures if somebody had made them with their eyes closed. Anyway, she does have this in her hand. Nice little touches of detail I like is that they've put like little tiny tears or little tiny cut-in parts to the top of the... So it looks like an old family... Maybe it's a family recipe. Maybe she's following a family recipe. Either way, though, the main character being Nina, the smaller character being Lucky the cat. Lucky seems excited, though, for whatever he's about to eat. Maybe he wants to even actually eat that eyeball before she puts it in the rest of the cauldron. I like the coloring that they've used for the cat here as well. Primarily, you've got a black cat. Normally, I would say you would want to watch a black cat crossing your path, but I had a black cat growing up as a kid. I actually had a couple of black cats. I never had any worries about bad luck coming my way if one crossed my path. But you can definitely see this cat's very happy for whatever he's about to eat. He does have still the matching colors of what we get for the cauldron here. It almost looks like they're related. Be a little bit strange. I do like also the way they've colored this. There's a few little smudged sections I've got here in the front of the cat's face. But overall, like the cat's been painted really nicely. I like the little effect of adding the dotted lines here for the whiskers here on the side. And again, like the cat, although I would have to really worry that the cat's putting his paws so close to that hole. That's hot. That's something hot soup, I'm sure, inside. If the cat's putting his paws against that, the cat's going to be burning his tiny little tootsies. Get away from that cat. Anyways, though, you've got then Nina here, and Nina's doing all of, again, the adding of the ingredients. I don't think the cat's really helping all that much. She's got some decent detailing done to her. Safe to assume would be also safe to assume because she does have the little tiny fang that she's a vampire. I mean, I've seen some people with some real crooked teeth. It might just be the fact that she needs to go to the dentist, but she only seems to have one fang. The other fang has gone away. The coloring again on her is really nice. She's got the bright white there. You've got little tiny lines added for the cheeks. That's adorable. And tiny little dots for red added for the little nostrils there. I want to say those are pupils. They're not pupils. Nice effects also added at the top there. They've added some little skulls there to the side of her hair. I guess those would be clips to keep her hair away. And then, of course, she's got the little hat on the top. The hat isn't removable. And in fact, actually, there is articulation here on this. I sort of suspected that there'd be no articulation on either one of these. While the cat doesn't have any articulation, actually Nina does. You can rotate her head back and forth. So that's at least something. Does have some nice yellow that they've added to the boots. Look at the laces on these too. They're not only just painted on, but they're actually sculpted to the plastic. And then she also has these little bat wings, all leading me to believe. I mean, I'm not one to always put the clues together so easily, but I'm thinking based on the fact that she does have the webbed orange wings like this, that she does have a fang, and that she's, well, the cauldron really isn't the dead giveaway. I'm suspecting that she's either a vampire witch or she's just a vampire that likes to wear witch hats. Either way, though, it's a fun little collectible. And of course, they're standing on top of like a pebble stone flooring here. It really is a fun looking set, though. This would be one I think I could definitely see myself putting out every single year. Not all decorations that go out onto my mantle, for example, have to all be eerie. Yeah, I still like to put out the blood and the cobwebs and all the fun things that go along with Halloween. But I think these would also be fun decoration to put out, to have a little, especially because I've now got a young person that's also a little bit more also interested in Halloween like myself. I don't want to be putting out scary decorations all year round that's going to frighten my daughter. I think these are fun little cute collectibles that you'd be putting out on display and still celebrate the Halloween season. And apparently Boo Hollow is a popular thing. Not only did Funko put out vinyl figures, some of which we will be looking at here on this channel, but they did also release blind box collectibles of some of the characters from Boo Hollow, and they also released tiny little orbs. Now, I saw actually the little circular, they kind of look like ornaments almost, and you had to open them up, and inside was the character. I actually saw some of them at the store, but I think they wanted like $12 a piece for them. I might still go back and decide to pick up a couple of those and have a look at them during the Halloween season. Again, if you guys are interested to get Nina and Lucky for yourself, you can definitely click the link down below that will take you on over to Entertainment Earth, to which I actually found this set, as well as a couple of other frightful ones that we will be looking at in upcoming reviews. The key to making sure that you're not missing out on anything that's coming your way, that's brewing, so to speak, is by, first of all, if you enjoyed this video, hit it with a like. But if you're loving the content, that's the crucial key. Then make sure, yes, you're hitting the subscribe button down below and turning on the bell notification. And yes, we are going to be looking at a couple of other characters from the Boo Hollow series. So if this is something that you guys would certainly like to see more of, there's definitely going to be more coming your way during the month of Spottober. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.